All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nikito Island. It is a brand new, very gloomy day out here apparently, and there's actually been some fun things that have happened since the last time I recorded. The new developers of Cities Skylines that took over after Colossal Order, they actually updated the game to basically update the graphics, and I think it's pretty clear and visible, and I think I could kind of already tell that there's a huge difference, mainly with the beaches. I feel like I was really missing this from the first game, where it would like have a natural shoreline wherever the water was. So I'm really glad that's in the game now. Very cool, very cool. But other than that, like the grass textures definitely look a little better. And overall, I think the game looks pretty damn good. Now, last episode, we got ourselves out of crippling debt. As you can see here, we're actually making pretty decent money. We got a decent amount of people. It is winter, which is why it looks like, you know, the saddest day on Earth. Pause the game before we lose all of our money. We need to come up with a plan for how to expand our city. Now, I think we could probably fit in another little neighborhood right here, a nice little coastline neighborhood. I think that would be kind of nice. Unfortunately, we did put our sewer here, which, you know, doesn't really help with the view of the place. Also, I just forgot about the air pollution. Yeah. So either way, this wasn't going to work. So we might as well just use it as industry space. So that's what we're going to do. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this connection, right? Then I'm going to show you guys my newest road here, the one with the sidewalks. And we'll put that right there like so. Let's make sure it has a key. So we'll do it like that. Boom. All right, now we can go back here and let's see what we could do with it. I'm thinking, first of all, let's make sure it has a key on this side. It does. Let's turn on freeform. I'm thinking this has to just hug the shoreline, right? All the way to here. Or is that not a good idea? Because that's where all the people are going to be. I probably don't want an industry connection to just go right into our main road. So instead, we'll have it go alongside it. Or, you know what we could do? We can actually make it kind of like an interchange a little bit. Now, hear me out. What we could do is something like this, and then what this will allow us to do is basically kind of go like this. And what I'm trying to do here is avoid a traffic light. Whether or not this is the best way to do that, I do not know, but I would like to think it is. All right, so now we have this little interchange right here. I think that'll help with the whole traffic problem I was thinking we would have. Now let's introduce just one little road right here like so. Then let's continue our little sidewalk alley road further down the shoreline, and it can actually just go straight, which helps make things look a little bit more organized. Maybe this should be a roundabout right here so that it's a little easier for them to do what they need to do. I just realized there's a door on this asset. That's pretty hilarious, actually. And it makes me think now we should probably have... Boom. All right, so I kind of went a little crazy here for no reason. I mean, it's literally just a maintenance thing for a freaking sewage outlet, but life is for the living, bro. All right, so now that I wasted about 10 minutes of my life doing that, let us continue with what our actual plan here is. So I think we'll probably just continue this down this way, and it'll just be an industry area. So what we're gonna do is actually just make a little neighborhood for our people here. And now they could zone in some industry, no problem. And then we'll do the same thing for this side. Give them enough space to zone in. Now, how would I go about this? Probably just do something. Oh, dude, I hate the angle that we're working with here. I mean, I'm not in love with it, but it'll do, I believe, for now. We'll just cut it in half to fit some more businesses in here. What I'm really looking for is something to fill this little space up with. Okay, so I finally landed on this little setup right here. It's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty solid. Now, unfortunately, like I said, we have like no money. And so my plan here, I think, is to just try and zone in some industry, the most basic ones I can, and we'll just let that build in. So now for the rest of this area, let's just do what we gotta do. We'll put this back down to this, get down a 4. Let's just lay these guys down right here. This one, we can afford to have it at a 5, I think. Maybe even a 6. So let's just put it at 6. Hopefully this industry will bring us some money. That is kind of the prayer we're living on right now. Okay, so we zoned in some industry. That'll start doing its thing. It'll start building up, and hopefully we can get a little bit more demand in here. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. So I'm gonna zone in a little bit more commercial. Maybe we should have something like this. Boom, little commercial park. It's got parking, it looks good. Okay, now it also looks like the people want a little bit of offices. Now, offices, where would I even put an office? I'm thinking we could have like maybe just like a small office space right about here. And just for detail's sake, I'm also going to add in a fence around this area. I'm going to make it like a nice high hedge. All right, we have one entire office building here. Now, looking at the topography, I think we can get away with doing something a little crazy. So what I'm gonna do here, I think, is build another little commercial square. I'm gonna try to find us a nice building to put right here in the middle. I mean, an activity plaza seems kind of nice, right? And now using the surface tool, we'll just like expand these little areas right here. Then I will just put some parking over here. Now we can just go ahead, take out these trees. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. I think it looks great. So now we have a little activity plaza. I think that looks really nice in that spot. It fills in very nicely. And now the rest of this area, I believe we could just make it a simple but effective little parking lot with some things, you know. And this little area will just be trees, and then we could just have our commercial. This curve is kind of annoying me, so I'm changing it. Sorry. It just has to be done. All right, now that I straightened that road, I think it looks much better. So I guess now we could do that thing that we mentioned we would do this episode, which is expand this neighborhood over here to this little area. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so let's just start on this road right here. All right, this needs to go right here. Then it needs to go up to this. Then it needs to go right over and back down and around. And I think we can just get away with doing it 180 to this little area right here. It'll have to cost some housing and people, but it is what it is. All right, and then now let's just bring this guy all the way down. And in fact, we can actually use one of these tools right here, the slope tool. And then we can just make it like that and then apply the slope. And look at that. That looks good. That looks real good. And then what we could do is we'll lower this brush size and basically fill in the area around there. All right, I think I'm okay with this as it is right now. I feel like there's some real estate that we could be using over there, which is my only dilemma at the moment. Okay, I think that works. I think that's fine. We could just use the node controller to fix this little issue right here. Look at that. Much better. So now with this extra little real estate we have here, we can actually just use it. We'll give this little highway a key so that it doesn't look crazy. And then now that everything is evened out terrain-wise, we can just go ahead and bring it back over that way. I guess this actually doesn't need to be a curve if we're continuing the grid. There we go. All right. I think that looks pretty decent. I'm happy with how that turned out. Now we just got to zone it in. So let's just do that real quick. This will be a decent amount of homes that we're adding in here. Decent amount of people will get to live in our city off of this project, which I'm pretty happy about. So there you go. It's also connected quite nicely over there, which I'm also pretty happy about. Still no cars in our city, but hey, That's fine. Let's just increase the speed for once, and let's just see what comes in next demand-wise. All right, so while we wait, let's just give our town a little bit more green spaces. So since we have this little corner here that has a lot that I really don't even know what I would do with, we're going to just flush it out with some green space and make it a nice little park right here. And we could add in a little sculpture. I downloaded these little cool sculptures on the workshop. You know, considering like where this actually kind of fits. So I'm actually gonna put this one there. All right, I think that looks kind of nice. Nice little green space for the people who can go in here, get you some almost meat. All right, we're nearing the end of winter. The cold months are almost over. We are making decent money, thankfully. Makes me want to also just pay back whatever we have to owe, which is a lot. We owe a lot of money. But you know, we gotta start paying this off. As soon as we pay this off, I'd feel more comfortable expanding our region. But until then, I'm like scared to put myself into debt, because as we know, as we've checked before, buying just one of these will give us an extra $17,000 a month, which if we look over here, no, I guess we can't afford it. I mean, either way, we don't have like a huge amount of demand to take advantage of. Well, maybe we do actually. All right, well, then the question becomes, where do we go? I think the most obvious answer is this way, right? And the only reason I think we wouldn't want to go this way is because there's almost no resources except for fertile land. And I guess you could make the argument that going this way would just be a waste of money. We would also have to buy a tile all the way over here just to get a decent amount of zoning in. So, and if that's the case, then it probably just makes the most amount of sense to just go this way. So I think we'll just do that. So it's time, y'all. It's time to expand the city. Now, we could get away with just buying... Oh, I don't even have enough money for that either. All right, I had to wait a second to get the money, but now we have it. We would need to buy basically all of these, and that's $180,000. Like, pretty much the only thing I can do right now is expand our neighborhoods, but even then I can't really do that. So I just don't really know what it is that I'm supposed to do, you know? We could probably get away with making a neighborhood right here, so I'm gonna do it, y'all. All right, I'm pretty happy with this little neighborhood layout. I think that looks pretty decent. And so I think I'm gonna use these European waterfront houses. I think that would probably look kind of nice over here. And there you go, a whole nother neighborhood added to the city. Oh, these are some nice assets. Damn, that looks so nice. I would dead ass live here, bro. You kidding me? It's beautiful. So what I'm doing here is making ourselves a nice little commercial plaza, if you will. All right, so that already I think looks pretty decent. So now we can add in some little forms of detail here and there to spruce up the place a bit. All right, so this is looking pretty nice, and it just turned to spring. We're in spring now. Thank God, honestly. I was getting kind of tired of looking at this blue hellhole that we were living in. But now things are looking pretty nice and luscious out here. Trees are turning green again. I do like that. While I was doing this little area right here, I actually realized that we are very much in the green right now, and I think everybody knows what that means. Everybody, I think, is well aware what's about to happen. We are about to freaking expand. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Bam! It's done. I can't even look back. It's over. It's done. No going back. No takey backies. So let's just take advantage of the fact that we still have money really fast. And you know, I'm actually gonna pause the game just in case, because you just never know. So let's do this. We're gonna get the parallel road tool, and oh wait, before we do anything, we actually have to grade it. So let us do that too. All right, now we're talking, y'all. Now this is a good amount of building space that we could definitely take advantage of. We could put another little neighborhood in there, another neighborhood in there. You know, is it realistic? Not really. You know, I don't think any city has ever demolished an entire mountain range in order to build, but you know, this is why we're playing video games and not outside touching grass. So let's continue. We are going to take this little highway, and I kind of just wanted to continue on exactly the way it's going. Literally just a nice straight road all the way through. We'll make it a 4-lane road, put it pretty much dead center. Basically, I'm making an interchange before we even need one. Perfect. So boom, one more highway exit in the books. Now what we could do is we'll try to get this road to hug around and connect back up there. Now I really would, but we're gonna have to, I'm just gonna do that. I know.
Criminal.
You guys have to understand it was for the better. It was for the best, man. Yeah, I mean. So now that we have this done, we got a highway exit right here. Let's just reorient those guys. And we'll just continue this little neighborhood thing that we got going on right here. I see. We've run out of money. Interesting. A nice little loan to help us get where we need to go. Okay, so now that we got a nice little layout, we can grid it all up. I'm also going to hug the highway on this side next to our 4-lane road, and this will just give us even more neighborhood space that we could use. Okay, we're about to hit level 6, and we're still making really good money here. We don't have anything to buy, but we can just start expanding. I mean, we have all of this space. We got to start using it. Now, my question is, what should we have this little neighborhood be? The thing is, I don't really know what each asset looks like. I have not used all of them. I think I'm just gonna play it safe because I know for a fact that if we use, there's this mod that lets you use single family residential. This takes it from both the European and American theme. I think that's just the best play. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's just start putting this in here. Now, I'm expecting that with this neighborhood coming in, we are going to have issues with electricity and water after everybody zones in. So I'm only gonna do half for now. Now, they want a bit of industry as well. So let's just give them some more industry to work with over on this side. Okay, so as expected, we are out of water. We can add more. It's not a huge problem. All right, we got our first little houses over here. They're looking pretty nice and cute. Damn, I just realized how far people are gonna have to walk just to get here. These guys must have been walking for the last day. Edna. Oh, talking about people, let's take a look at what our guy is doing. Our boy, the Samsung Glover. Give it up for the Samsung Glover. He's content. Cool. Where does he live at? He lives right here in 106 Cranberry Street. Oh, look at that. People are just hanging around, doing their thing. So cute. So cute. We're about to hit level 6. Once that happens, with that money, we'll pay back most of the loan that we have, and things will be groovy. There's a house on fire. Will the fire team get here on time? Okay. All right. Well, hey, I mean, things are looking good. Things are looking good here. I'm pretty satisfied with the way things are looking. Oh, you know what? Let me do something that I think will ease the mind of those watching this who have like ADHD or like OCD. I feel like that looks a lot better. Woo! We are now a boomtown, ladies and gentlemen, with $150,000 in the bank. We got another $500,000 that we could take out as a loan. We have all these points that we could spend, but I won't do that now. I will save that for the next episode. And we have this neighborhood that's starting to work over there. We expanded our city. Our city is now expanded. I'm going to go ahead and give a little tour of everything we managed to accomplish today. Starting with our little commercial plaza that we added over here. We also added a cute little park for the people of the city to take advantage of. And we also have a brand new industry area over here. It's lacking a lot of detail. Don't worry, we'll get to it. It's a little plain right now, but as you can see, it looks it's getting there. It's getting there. Also built a new section of this neighborhood over here. I'm not a fan of how much empty space there is, but whatever. It's fine. You know, we'll deal. We also expanded our highway. We expanded our entire city, and we're working on this new grid over here that is slowly but surely getting filled up with some homes. Oh, and how can I forget? We also added a cute little activity center right here for anybody who wants to, funeral home. Why? What? Okay, I'm not even gonna question it, honestly. But all in all, it's been a slow episode. We didn't do like something insanely crazy or anything like that. But we're laying down the foundation for what it'll eventually be a bright future for Nikito Island. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it as always. And I really hope you enjoyed watching this video half as much as I enjoyed making it for y'all. Next episode should be out next week. So stay tuned and we'll get back to Nikito Island in no time. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.